There is a, on the front page of the Metro section of this morning's New York Times, there's a story involving me and Judge Harold Rothwax, and y'all been following this story. Judge Rothwax is threatening to sue me for libeling him, alleging that I have, based entirely on hearsay, by the way, the judge claiming that I said some things about him that I did not say about him. And so we've turned over these tapes to him, which the people at the radio station and the lawyers reviewed and discovered. I have not seen the tapes, and I have not reviewed the tapes. And I didn't have any of my own tapes. But it appears that I did not say what the judge claims I said, or thinks I said.
Yeah.
So the judge has hired Milton Gould, who is perhaps the premier libel attorney in the country. Now, Mr. Gould is 86 years old, but he's still throwing the ball up the plate about 98 miles an hour. So, and I've retained the services of David Boies.
Very good. Very good.
And let's get it on.
It should be quite a, somebody's going down.
Yeah. And but I didn't do anything. I made fun of the judge, and I was angry, and that's the end of it. So,
well, the problem is that apparently an initial review of the tapes does not suggest that which Judge Rothwax suggests.
No, suggested. In fact, I was highly complimentary to the judge. The judge calls me a bully because I said that I would hire a bunch of lawyers and fight this thing. Well, I'm not the one who started this, Judge. You did. And you're the one who hired Milton Gould. I would have hired Milton Gould if I could have.
Darn it.
If you hadn't beat me to him. So now I'm stuck with this legal aid guy, this David Boies.
David Boies, legal aid guy. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
So anyway, well, what's David Boies ever done? So it'll be David Boies and Milton Gould going at each other. And and it'll be me right in the middle of it. So at any rate, that's where we are this morning with all this. Yeah. And I don't know. I guess the judge is going to look at the tapes and decide whether he has a sense of humor or not.
That's it.
But the point is, let's not all keep lying about what happened, and how my wife was treated. That's the thing that annoys me, because we have people who were in the courtroom, who have witnesses to all of this. We know what's appropriate, we know what wasn't appropriate, and so I would think I'm prepared to deal with that. And if you're rude to my wife, then you have to deal with me. That's the end of it. And
chivalry is not dead.
But I'm not going to libel a judge, at least intentionally. And it's not even in the spirit of this program. So, at any rate, why couldn't I have gotten a hold of Milton Gould first? Well, I didn't know there was going to be a lawsuit, did I?
No, you didn't.
No. I suspect there probably won't be. The judge will recognize that.
Well, he reviews the tapes.
Well, first of all, I was actually more complimentary to the judge than anything else. That's the thing that's kind of bizarre about it. It's weird, Well,
as you said, somebody told him something, and he's based this thing on that.
He's based this whole thing on hearsay. He doesn't even know what the facts are, which just seems bizarre, doesn't it?
To jump to these conclusions?
Anyway, well, he's, fine.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But, I mean, the judge wants to call me a bully, fine. But I'm ready to go to court, Judge, so, when you feel froggy, why don't you and Melton jump? No, I mean, I'm not going to be threatened by the judge. I mean, that's, ludicrous.
What does that mean?
Calls me a bully, and he's the guy who a year later decides to get all hysterical about this. I mean, it's just silly, isn't it?
Well,
find something else to do with your life.
It seems almost, as though it's frivolous.
It is frivolous.
Yeah,
they're wasting everybody's time with this.
Yeah.
And it couldn't come at a worse time when, I'm trying to, sell copies of Two Guys, Four Corners. And
yeah. Trying to keep your name out of the headline.
Yeah, trying to keep my name out of the paper. Last thing I need is a lot of publicity.
I still think you've retained the judge.
Well, the judge had a book out, and his book sucked. Couldn't suck enough. And my book doesn't suck. My book's a great book, me and my brother's book. My brother did yeoman duty last night. He didn't feel well at all, and he's not a real complainer. But he
Yeah.
had a couple of root canals, and one of them got a little infected, and so he had to go to a dentist out on the island, and he just didn't feel well, but he hung in there, and he only took about 5 breaks to go to the